It is official. I am a carry-on girly. Like, I did it. I literally did it. And I'm proud of myself because that's not normal for me. I did it. I literally did it. Hey, neighbor. Welcome back. So, I'm going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky, little Einstein.
In a couple of weeks. And I kind of want to, describe the process as I go through it because I just want to. And right now it is maybe 3 weeks out. And first thing, I have no clue what I'm wearing. I really don't know what I'm doing with my hair. And I still don't know if I want to check a bag or not. And all of this should probably be stressing me out. And it low-key is like internally stressing me out, but it's not like physically stressing me out just yet. Because I want to just look in my closet and see what I got to wear there and put some outfits together and go about my business that way. And then I also want to just wear my hair. But I got a haircut a couple weeks ago. And I feel like it was cut too short to be able to style it the way that I actually like it. And the way these people be playing in people's heads, I just don't really trust getting my hair braided. And I'm not really a wig girly. But we got so many options. And the way my mind is set up, I feel like I got to have one thing before I can think about the next thing to understand if I need the next thing. Right? So for me, the hairstyle kind of matters for the outfits. And the outfits kind of depend on if I need to check a bag or not, depending on how much stuff I bring. And me, I'm an overpacker. And I want to be one of them people that can just take a carry-on and go about their business and have what they need for where they at. But I'm not one of them. I want to be one of them, but I'm not one of them. But I'm going to try to be one of them this trip, depending on me figuring out what I'm finna do in these next couple of weeks. A few things that are together already. I already bought my plane ticket. I bought my ticket maybe in January, either December or January. And did it save me some money? Let me look really quickly. Because flights is expensive. And I know that's my main thing. I be trying to be budget friendly. I be trying to stick within a budget because I'm just conscious like that. That's when I don't know. When I spend, I spend. Don't get me wrong. But when I'm planning something, I really try to stay within the budget. Oh yeah, I didn't do too bad. So I only spent $266.66. But that's because it was in advance. Like, I don't know, $266 kind of high, but that ain't really high compared to what it could be. Compared to what I've seen, that to me not that bad, but it could be better because I've had better. You know what I mean? Yeah, but for the complaints I be having, that's not bad for what I be wanting to complain about. So I wouldn't complain about that, but it's yeah. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. This Airbnb, I'm not gonna give y'all the price that I paid for that because I'm gassed at my flabber for that because I wouldn't normally pay that. That to me is not normal prices for Airbnbs. And I'm just assuming because of where it's at, that's normal for them. And then I took into consideration that is like they cost of living. So I tried to be mindful when I bought it, like don't think too much into it. Remember where you're going and understand that them people up there gotta survive. So that's how they surviving. And this where you want to go. So if this where you want to go, think that you helping somebody pay their rent. That's how I had to think about it to make the price make sense, because the price don't make sense in a normal situation. Like to be renting a room for a couple of days should not cost that much. Like that's rent. That's just rent, basically. It was some rent. But still, that's where I'm at with this so far. We'll see how it goes a little closer to the date. There's clearly a lot that I still need to do. But like I said, I'm gonna try to journey it through with y'all. And it's like my first time kind of doing something like this. So, yeah. So let's talk about these unnecessary spending cravings I've been having. It's like, I know I got something coming up, but out the blue, I just want to spend on just unnecessary stuff. Like, there is no need for a new toilet seat cover. Like, that is just a random, unnecessary expense. Like, and I really had to talk myself out of it. Like, I was looking for toilet seat covers because I was ready to change mine. And I'm like, that's so unnecessary. Like, for some reason, I want to try every new restaurant that I haven't tried in my city. Like, I ain't thought about none of these restaurants before, but all of a sudden, I want to do vacation stuff where I live. And it's like, bro, no. Why are you not waiting until you get on vacation to try to go to these restaurants or try new foods? Like, go ahead and get in that kitchen and eat the regular schmegular degular stuff that you've been eating every other day, and quit trying to go spend and find new stuff. Like, that's not in the budget, bro. Like, why are you trying to spend trip budget at home, and then you're going to be mad when you out of town penny pinching to make sure you got what you need after the trip? And mind you, I still have not gotten anything for the trip yet. So it's just like unnecessary spending. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been doing okay. I definitely spent on some unnecessary stuff. Like, I bought some plants that I probably didn't have to buy, but I wanted them. And I definitely been eating or trying new foods that I just been craving. But it's just like, I haven't gone all out and went out to these restaurants and sat down and had drinks and doing the whole shebang like I really wanted to. All because I'm like, you got something coming up. Go ahead and stick to the plan, stick to the budget. Even though out the blue, like, everything just want to come in. Like, that's why I was calling it a craving. Unnecessary spending craving, because that's exactly what it is. But I've been staying slightly disciplined, and I'm going to stay focused because I got things I want to try and do where I'm finna go, and that's the plan. So I'm definitely not saying I was winging the trip, but I definitely did not have many, like, activities planned. I was just kind of wanting to view a few places that I had scrolled through Instagram and saw. And a lot of them were just like food places and pastry shops. It wasn't like a lot of activities. I only found like one activity that I really wanted to do that I had already booked. But then I just started looking through, seeing where more activities could be, and I then found the activities that I like. Like, I'm excited because it's stuff that I actually like. You know what Kanye say? I'm one of them. I like arts type girls.
Always say easy, I ain't your right girl. You probably find one of them. I like art type girls. Always.
Yeah. If I had a link in the bio somewhere, that would be in the bio. Like, yeah. And then I done found a comedy show of a dude that was here. And I wanted to see him when he was here, but I ain't want to drive to go see him. I ain't gonna hold you. But he gonna be there, so I'm excited for that too. And I just feel like it's more planned out in an actual vacation, like with activities. That's the type of stuff I like, and I'm kind of happy that I done found some more stuff to like actually do while I'm there. But yeah, like it's coming together. At least the activity parts is coming together, and I'm excited.
She can make a rich bread. She can make a rich bread.
Man, what is the budget? I ain't gonna say I fucked up the budget, but I don't even feel like I'm working in the budget no more. I don't even know. But I did decide to get my hair done because I figured I ain't want to have to stress about that part. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to wear, and we got less than a week for that. But that's the next part. So I looked at the weather last week, and it said it was going to be low 70s, high 50s, low 60s at night. And it had like, I don't know, I think it said like 40% chance of rain on a Sunday. But I looked at the weather just now, and it's gonna rain all weekend, and it's gonna be cold and rain next to whatever body of water they close to. I am, man, I'm a little upset, just a little bit, because the way I had my Saturday planned, rain wasn't in the plan. Like, rain was not in this plan at all. So we gonna see how this go, because what? Like, I don't even like being cold. I could have took the cold along, but rain and cold? I'm lost for words. I have no words.
So get me lit on a weekday. I'm on the way, I'm a ways on the display. And I'ma shut them all down on the D-days. It's my time, so put me on a replay.
Okay, so let's talk about transportation. I knew I was going to have to use Lyft to at least get to the airport. And my goal was to use public transportation while I was out there. But some stuff I just needed a Lyft for, and Lyft came in handy. So I knew it was going to be expensive getting on Lyfts there, but I didn't expect it to be what it was. Like, I'm used to a little 35 at max when it comes to Lyft being on the higher end, but New York is just different. I don't want to say they scheming, but I just don't feel like stuff should be as high as it is. Like, to me, that is the scheme for them, because like, they do not need to be charging them people none of them prices they charging. But Lyft was the backup plan if I couldn't get around on public transportation. So I ended up flying Delta there, and I ain't an app girly, because I be trying to save my battery. Like, I be having things to do, and I got to make sure my battery good, and them apps be draining them batteries. So I was like, you know what? We trying this carry-on life. Let's go ahead and make sure I got everything I need set up so there's no delays. I don't got no problems. I'm just ready to go. And granted, I actually liked using that app. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I like the fact that I could just click on it real quick, have my boarding pass there. I didn't have to go to the kiosk to try to print out no boarding pass. And again, I had a carry-on, so I didn't have to go to no desk. I just went straight to the checkpoint area. But what was crazy was I didn't expect the lines to be that long. Like, I knew it was a holiday weekend, but I don't know. I just don't be expecting people to be where I'm at. That sounds crazy, but I don't. And them lines was a lot longer than expected. But for some reason, like, every time I was at the airport, like, God just kept doing a thing. Like, he would have people come and move me to areas that would get me into places quicker. And it was just like, okay, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, like, is this one of them trips, Lord? Like, is there a lesson in this trip? Like, are we learning something through this? Like, or are we just on vacation? Like, in my mind, it was just vacation. But the Lord kept doing little things that it was just like, okay, Lord, you always in the midst of stuff. All the way down to transportation. It's crazy. So I don't know if it's only Houston that do it, but Houston got this thing where they scan your face. Actually, it's not just Houston, because I think on the way back, I did the same thing. But at the airport now, they got this thing where they scan your face, and I don't know. I don't like that. But it does make the process go quicker. So that's the only good thing about it. But you know how you had like discernment. You know how you know something ain't right about it, but you see the benefit in it, but you know something ain't right about that. And that's just how I feel about them taking a photo of us to get through. Like I understand the whole security measures, and after certain things take place, people want to try to make a place safer. And I get that, but some stuff just, I don't know, it take it too far, because it's like, dang, where's the privacy at? Like, what if I don't want my picture taken? Like, not everybody wants to have a photo taken all the time. And plus, like, isn't that what the point of the ID, having a photo on there, is for? Like, that's literally the point of the ID. But again, like I said, it does kind of make the process go a little faster. So that, in that sense, I can kind of understand that point of it. You know how you feel like conditioned into something? Like, you know you don't like you don't like this. You don't. Like, something inside of you just literally does not like this. But to be able to continue to use the service, you have to do this. Like, it's forced at that point. And I think that's what I really don't like about it. And I think that's just because, like, I've seen how the process is without it. Like, it's still doable. It still has a logical purpose in the previous way that they did it. So, like, the newer way of doing things isn't really that much different, besides for their justification is saying that it's a security measure. But for a logical person, it's like, I don't know, to me it's like an invasion of privacy. Like, that's how I feel about it. I don't know, just the whole getting to your destination always just feels like a lot to me, and there's no way around it. Like, I want to say it was easier, but it's still just as much. It's a lot. It's a lot to get to your destinations. So I'm sitting on the plane, and I get a middle seat. I'm not too mad at it. Like, it is what it is. I chose not to choose a seat. But, you know, sometimes it's in your favor. Sometimes you get better seats. And this trip, it wasn't one of them type of trips. Like, every seat I got was a middle seat, and that's what happened when you're trying to save a little coin. But I'm not mad at it. And plus, like, it ain't like I was squished in between nobody, you know? The people that I was sitting next to, I'm grateful for the sizes they was, because, you know, it made the flight slightly comfortable. I ain't mad at it. So the middle seat wasn't too bad this go around, you know? So I have this, but I don't really talk about it much. Like, when I'm out in public, I'm not, like, really advertising it. Like, if you come across these messages or these videos, like, cool. Like, that's literally how I want it to be, because I want it to be for people that are genuinely gravitated towards it. I don't want to say sell it, but I'm not actively out here trying to promote these videos, if that makes sense. So when I was sitting on the flight and the person that was sitting next to me kind of, you know, was trying to make small talk, have a little conversation, he was asking me questions like, why haven't I made friends where I stay at? And I was trying to explain to him is that I just haven't found people that I genuinely feel connected enough with to build any type of friendship or relationships with. And he kept trying to, like, analyze that. And it's something about being in a point in your life where you just have accepted yourself for who you are. Like, I've spent so much time in my life trying to figure out other people's perspectives of me and seeing if what they perceive me as is true, or how I come off, or if I feel those types of way about myself. But when God take you through a thing and he literally shows you who you are, like, anything outside of that is literally just the other person's perspective of you. Like, it's not always reality or actual reflection of you. So when he was asking me questions, the way he kind of, like, interpret my responses, because I kind of told him, like, I'm kind of antisocial. And because, like, if you talk to me, I'll talk to you. If, you know, you're not, you know, some people be a little off, so I don't, you know, I might shut that down. But if you seem like a person that, you know, is, I can have a conversation with and I'm not irritated by you, like, I was responding like that, and I think that's how he came off. Why he thought I was coming off the way he thought I was. But for real, if I'm not, like, if your presence is not, if I don't discern, like, a hidden type of motive behind it, like, I'll have a genuine conversation with you. And I did feel like there was something slight to it, but it wasn't enough for me to just be like, nah, we good on this conversation. So I entertained it, basically. And, like, when I'm explaining the type of things that I like to do to other people, to most people, it seems like my life could be boring. Like, and to me, it's not boring because, like, I genuinely do a lot of things, but I just do things by myself or with myself because I'm comfortable with my own company. Like, I know what I like. I know what I like to do. I know how to make sure I feel like there's a better wording for this, but I know I know I'm going to make myself okay in whatever situation I'm in. Like, I'm going to make sure I'm good in all spaces. And what's nice about it is, like, I'm not judging myself for the things that I do because I know me. But I always get the same type of responses from other people when I'm explaining these things because look, I know me. I don't explain myself very well when I'm trying to speak about myself. Like, I'm really one of those people, like, my character just shows up as it is. Me trying to explain it is not going to help the situation because it's going to come off, it sounds different than what it actually is. Like, when I'm talking about it, it sounds harsh. It sounds off-putting. It sounds like I don't care. But when I show up, it's like the total opposite. Like, you can see that it's not intentional in the way that it's not intended to make anybody else feel uncomfortable, but it's for sure going to make sure that I'm comfortable in the situation. And that's because I sacrificed so many years trying to make other people comfortable that once that switch flipped to making sure that I'm comfortable, that I'm showing up for myself, like, there's something about that switch that, like, once you get to that point, you can't go back. And I feel like that is, like, the true definition of loving yourself. It's like, don't get me wrong, I'll compromise in certain situations to make sure that both parties are comfortable in whatever's taking place, but I'm not going to sacrifice myself to make anybody else feel comfortable. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, nothing would be intentionally done to go out my way to be like narcissistic with it, if that makes sense. So again, when he's asking me these questions, like, my answers are, it sound like it could be boring. Like, what do you like to do? I like to be at home. Well, what do you do when you at home? Man, I be tired from work, so I be asleep. Like, what do you mean? All you do is sit at home and sleep. And then he was like, well, what do you do for fun? Or what is your Saturday like? And I was explaining how I make these videos. And he wanted more details of what the videos were about. So I'm explaining how I talk about God and, like, the life experiences that I have. And he asked for the name. So I told him how the page's name is The Peculiar Way, and we started talking about that. And his question was, like, what is peculiar? And when I tell you, anytime somebody talks to me, my mind just goes blank, and I hate that. It's like I know what I'm trying to talk about, but when I'm in the space of talking to someone, I can't think. Like, I'm not slow, but my mind just shuts off. And I think it's because I'm thinking about how to answer the question correctly, because people, they take everything you say and they don't leave no room for grace. Like, you can't mess up. Like, and I hate that. That's why I understand why some people don't like doing, like, interviews and things like that. Because, like, you're not going to take what I say and twist it, and my mind ain't quick enough to be able to defend myself. That's probably called slow, but hey, it is what it is. I am what I am, you know?
See, I ain't changing no plans. It is what it is. I am what I am. And if I ain't changing.
So the actual verse that the thought process came for the name was 1 Peter 2:9. And it's the King James Version that says the word peculiar in itself. Like, I usually read the NIV version, but I grew up, like, my first Bible was KJV. So I somewhat usually intertwine, like, when I'm talking about the word, I might say the KJV version, but when I go back and read it, I'm reading it in the NIV version because, like, that's an easier way to understand what the KJV is saying. But when I'm talking, if I say it out loud, 9 times out of 10, it comes out as the KJV because, I don't know, that's just the way, you know how the Bible say it is, the word will be tattooed on our heart, like, or written on our heart. But That's how he has it kind of like written in my heart most of the times, unless I'm explaining it. And then when I'm explaining it, it seems like it comes off in like an NIV way. Again, I ain't saying I'm slow, but I got some ways. So 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9 says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into marvelous light." That's the KJV. The NIV says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." And why that is so fitting is because, like, that's literally what walking with God is like. Like, we're born into sin, so there's nothing you can do but be pulled out of the darkness and walk into his light. Like, that's literally life. So it's fitting for who he's created me to be. And that's why I chose that name, because like it literally is a lifestyle, and it literally is my lifestyle. So it literally like fits his plan, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So the guy's asking me, well, what is peculiar? And I'm trying to explain how we as people are different from the world. And I'm telling him how God has specifically made us in a way that we show up just slightly different than what the world has basically created an environment for everybody else to be like. But when we come into the room and just show up as the way that God has made us, you can see the distinction between who's of God and who's not. Like, you can see when it's a person being used by God for whatever his purpose is, and you just literally show up different. Your walk is different. The talk is different. Like, you show up in a way that you can tell that you're being used as his vessel. And the beauty in that is there's so many people that don't even know, they call them babes in Christ. So they don't know that God is using them as much as they are, because they don't have like the religious rhetoric for it. But it's like that's not the point of it. Like, the point of it is being in a space where you are genuinely trusting the Lord to do what he has designed you to be, and allowing him that space to move through you in the way that he intended to move through you. And it's like, once you build that relationship, you understand that these are the ways that God uses you. But if you don't know and you feel like you have to perform it in a certain way, like that is one thing that causes confusion in the distinction between relationship and religion. And that is another thing that kind of deters people from just walking with Christ in the way that, God has designed them to be, because they feel like they have to perform in certain ways, when it's like God didn't design us to perform it. Like, he designed us to live it. And once you're living it, it allows him to move in the way that he does in his full intent of what he created us to be. So as I'm having this conversation with this man, he's like using the words of the Bible to explain his point of view. And that's not how God uses me. Like, God uses me with the stories. Like, I might not remember the Bible verse the chapter, the number by heart, but I'm going to remember what the storyline was like, and I'm going to be able to tell you like what God spoke to my heart through what I read from the Bible verse. So his point of view was bringing up giving back Caesar what is Caesar and giving God what is God. So when we were having this conversation, he pointed out the storyline of them trying to trap Jesus in his words and asking him about paying taxes. And one of those examples is Matthew 22:15 through 22. There's a couple others you can read to get your interpretations out of those if you like, but this is one of them. And basically, they're asking him, like, do you think it's right to pay taxes? And Jesus, like, tells them to show him a coin. And he shows them, like, who is on this coin. And they respond, Caesar, because that's who's on the coin. And he says, like, give back to Caesar's what is Caesar and give God what is God. And because, I don't know, like, my heart posture in this conversation wasn't a debate. It was more so me explaining how God uses me. So when he brought up that Bible verse, like I said, I don't be remembering Bible verses verbatim like that. I remember the storylines. So my thought process went to Matthew 17, verse 24 to 27, which in itself is a God thing in itself, because like in that verse, Jesus is more so talking to his disciples. Like it's a one-on-one with his kind, not to word it like that, but with his kind. And the verse that he used was more so that, let me test and see if what you're talking about is of God. Like the same way that they were trying to trip Jesus up in his ministry. And I promise you, I'm not trying to like do like a comparison type thing. That's just what I noticed in that scenario with me and the guy talking about how God uses me in these videos. So I'm explaining to the dude and I'm like, well, didn't you see how Jesus paid them? And he was just like, what do you mean? I'm like, Peter, I'm like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Peter, but he told Peter to go get the money from out of a fish. And that's how he was able to show them the coin. And mind you, this probably was one of those type of situations where it just, in actual reality, that's how it flowed into one another. But because of the way the Bible is written, it's written as like two separate storylines. So the people that's collecting the temple taxes asking Peter, like, does your teacher pay taxes? And Jesus is using it as a moment to talk to Peter, like, here's that distinction again. Here's the separation again. Like, even of the world, if you thinking in a worldly sense, who are you asking to pay for these taxes? And Peter is responding like, well, we're going to ask other people. Like, we're not going to ask our people to pay these taxes. We're going to ask other people. That's like literally the word. It's taxing. It's taxing other people. And Jesus responded to him, and the children are exempt. But because we're here and we don't want to offend these people, and, you know, his whole point wasn't to cause confusion or a ruckus, or he even said that, who am I to, that you have to come and pick me up with golfs and clubs? Like, why are you using weapons to come get me when all I've been doing is walking around speaking words? So he uses a God type moment and does nothing but what God does. Like, this is literally what God does for his children. And had Peter go get a fish to go get the money to be able to pay these people what's theirs. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense for God's children. Like, if you've been in a situation where you've seen God make a way out of nothing, you understand. It's like we're living in this world and we have to do things of the world because we're not trying to cause offense to the people that are within those, I'm going to say standard of living. That's not the word I want to use, but I'm going to say standard of living. Like, that's like when you go visit another country, like you don't intentionally go over there and try to not adapt to their culture. Like, you're going, if you're considerate, you're going to look at what is culturally normal there and you're going to try to adapt to it in a way that you're not causing offense to their culture. Like, that's where they stay at. Like, you're the visitor. And that's literally how it is for us here. Like, we're visiting here, serving our purpose in God. So when God has to, I'm going to say, pay the bill, he going to go out his way and do it in the way that he does things. And it's going to make sense to his children because that's just how he uses us. That's the peculiarity in it. But again, like I said, when I'm talking to a person and I'm not talking to this phone, I'm not able to explain these things like that. So the conversation was definitely on two different heart postures. But God was still showing up in a way that he shows up to be able to minister to that man the way that he needed to be ministered to, and to me the way that I needed to be ministered to. Because as you can see, this whole video, we've been talking about staying on the budget. And God has been providing this whole time, the whole trip. Like, I've had exactly what I needed. So that, you know, clearly is a lesson between me and God. Like, we having this God will provide and stick to the budget thing going on right now. But I feel like for that guy, it was more so like, let Holy Spirit flow. Like, this isn't a religious thing. This is literally how my relationship with God is. And because there's a certain way that people have done things before, and some people are in that religious mindset of this is how things are done, it's like, I'm sorry, that's not the box that God placed me in. Like, I'm not in a box. He doesn't use me like that. And even in that, he's still able to minister to people that do think like that in the way that he does, because that's just the type of God that he is. Like, he's gonna tailor it to you to fit how his relationship with you is. So granted, I do feel some type of way that I can't go and explain myself in the religious rhetoric. Like, I feel some type of way about that, but I know that God has made me in this way so that he can be able to use me in the way that he uses me and still explain who he is in that unorthodox way. Like, I feel like it's intentional. Like, he did it intentionally like that so that people that aren't fully in that this is how it has to be taught mindset can still be grafted in if they think a little different, or if they think like I do, you know? And the whole time we having this conversation, I just feel like I'm talking loud, and I feel like the plane is like extremely quiet, and I felt uncomfortable. Like, I told that man, like I had to tell him, I'm not lying. Like, I'm not sociable. Like, I can do social things, but just talking to people about things that I'm into, like, that's not normal for me. I'm usually explaining afterwards, not explaining in the moment. And I guess that's something that I have to get used to, but I'm not there yet. I'm just not there.
Somebody tell them don't judge me. Come from a place where shit could get ugly. I took a L and bounced back. You can't touch me. Was down bad, now kick it like.
So one update I really like about maps is like the breakdown of what time all of the transportation is coming. Like it give you like real time frames of when the next bus come in or when the next train is coming. And I don't know who decided to add that feature, but thank you. Like it really comes in handy. Especially if you don't know like the system or where you at. Like it comes in handy. Like even the telling you the distance to walk, or like showing a little distinction between walking and actually on like whatever the transportation is. Like I like that. But I'm thinking you gotta buy like a Metro card right off of the flight to be able to use like they bus. And they have like this card reloader outside of the airport, but it didn't have like a dispenser for the card or like a station set up where you could go get a card to load. So I'm asking the people like how you use where you go to get a Metro card. And one of the guys was just like, you just tap your phone. And I'm like, tap my phone? What you mean? Like my phone? And he's just like, yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. I just be tapping my phone. Tap your phone. And I'm like, all right. I'm just going to ask somebody else because I don't know what he's talking about. So I walk down to where it's like says the bus is going to pick us up at. And I get there and it's another person. And I see the little, reloader card area. So I get over there and I'm looking at it trying to figure out like how you get a card out of it. And it's saying that you can only reload it. So I asked the dude that's standing next to it, I'm like, how you get a Metro card? And he like, you could just use your credit card. And I'm like, what? Like this saying you gotta reload the card. So I'm thinking he talking about this reloader machine I'm standing in front of. And the whole time he talking about the bus itself. So I'm sitting there just trying to figure out what he talking about, because I haven't seen that, so I ain't know what he was talking about. And so like I'm waiting on the bus, and then I go back to him and I'm like, you mean like you could take your credit card and tap your card on the bus? And he like, yeah. And I'm like, what? Like I don't know if that's something you could do here. Granted, I'm blessed enough where I don't have to take public transportation, but I mean, that is convenient. The only thing that I don't really like about it is the fact that it's like tracking everywhere you go. Like, I'm not saying, I'm like, the way, I don't know, the way I think, people would think that like I got like a criminal mindset, and that's not the case. It's just like I really value privacy, and to me it's like the second you start tapping a card, it's gonna view those transactions wherever you go. So it's just, to me it's like, what if I don't want to be tracked down? Like, I ain't saying I'm on no criminal stuff, but I'm just saying, what if I don't want to be? Like, that's the whole point of privacy. But yeah, it had me thrilled, because I was just like, tap your card, like tap your phone. What are they talking about? But what was nice about it, that first bus, you didn't have to pay to get on it. So the bus literally took me down to the subway station that I needed to go to be able to get to where I was going. And inside of there, it had the card station to be able to purchase a card. So the cards is called an Omni card. Like, it's not, I didn't have to get a Metro card because everywhere had the Omni card. Like, even when I asked the lady sitting behind, like, the glass, like, where you get a Metro card, she's just like, you don't need one. Like, you can just use the Omni card for the train and the bus. And I'm like, okay, cool. So to get one of those cards, it was $1, and then you can add $10 or $20 on it. It was probably more, but I'm only there a short time, so I ain't thinking I need to add more. So all I saw was 10 and 20. So the first time I get on, I add $10 because it's only $3 to ride the train. And I'm only going from the train to my destination from that point on, and then I'm walking to where I'm going. So to me, that was enough, and I'm like, okay, I'll figure out if I need to add more later. And I don't know, it wasn't nerve-wracking or nothing like that, and I think it's because I've rode the trains before in Chicago. So it's pretty much the same thing, just in New York. Chicago's is above ground and theirs is underground. Like, that's the main difference. And these commutes not bad because it wasn't raining at this point. Like, when I got there on a Friday, and Friday was nice. Like, it wasn't too cold. Like, it wasn't raining yet, so it was a nice day to be able to do all of that and not have to use a lift or nothing like that. So I finally made it to the Airbnb.
Running through the parking lot, he chased me and he wouldn't stop. Dang, you're in. Dang, dang, you're in. Grabbed my hand, pushed me down, took the words right out my mouth. Dang, you're in. Dang, dang, you're in. Can anybody hear me when I'm hitting underground? Can anybody hear me when I'm talking to myself, saying dang, you're in. Dang, dang, you're in. He's saying dang, you're in. Dang, dang, you're in. Little bit of poison in me. I can taste your skin in my teeth. Running through the parking lot, he chased me and he wouldn't stop. Dang, you're in. Dang, dang, you're in. Grab my
So I'm walking to try to go find some food and get, just some stuff to enjoy myself. And I ran into, like, the most New York person ever. Like, dude was so loud. And it wasn't even in no bad way. He was mad cool. Like, he was loud. And I had to tell him, like, dude, do you realize how loud you are? And it was just, I don't know, it was like such a New York moment. And what was really dope about it was, you know how you want to go someplace and you want to try, like, local food? Like, you don't want to try, like, just any old type of restaurant that's around, because, like, you want to enjoy the food. Like, you want it to be good. And he just so happened to have, like, a plate of jerk chicken in his hand. And we got to talking about how somebody, like, around, he said it was up the street. He said 15 minutes. That was not 15 minutes. Not 15 minutes at all. But he knew somebody who was cooking jerk chicken on a Friday, because that's what he do on Fridays. And I'm just like, can you take me there? Like, it's about that time. He's so cool. He was just like, you know what? Try this right here. And he let me try the plate that he already had. When I tell you, once I tasted that chicken, I was just like, yeah, you're going to have to take me over there. Like, can we go over there, like, right now? And when I tell you, it's not uncommon for people to be like riding bikes or scooters out there. So he was on like this moped, and he just like, yeah, like we can take the moped over there. And I'm just like, you sure we both can fit on this mud? Cause I ain't too small, but like he wasn't that big either. So I asked him if he could hold me up, and he said he had it in. Buddy definitely had it. We was in and out through traffic like we was just in a car or something. Not even in the car, like we was on our own motorcycle or something. I'm literally trying to hold on to him, trying to hold on to my purse, and we just in and out of traffic like it's nothing. And what is like the funniest thing to me, like the police will be right there and you'll be jaywalking, you'll be running lights, or I don't really want to say running lights because it's not a car, so it's not the same thing. But they don't care. All they did was just like beep at them, and that was just like the funniest thing to me. And then like another real time New York moment, like the ambulance was trying to pull into where they was stationed at, and the dude was getting in the car, and he gonna call the paramedic a dumbass, like get your dumbass out the way, get in the car, like I don't know, New York different, like just I asked him like, why you just spaz out on him like that? Like he ain't do nothing but try to get in the car, like they lights on, like they in the right of way. I don't know. That was funny to me. But bro, we was hitting them curves like it was nothing, and we must have hit hit a little too hard, and I ended up messing up my leg. Like I got this big old. It's not really that big of a cut, but it's a cut, and like I'm bruised up right now. At the time, it didn't feel like that bad. Like I didn't notice how deep the cut was until I got back to the Airbnb and like literally looked at it. And I'm just like, dang. The one time I was like, you know what? I shouldn't need no Band-Aids and didn't bring them was the time it's like, dang, I knew. What? Why didn't I pack it? Like, I told myself, just, you ain't going to need them. Like, what's going to happen? You're going to need some Band-Aids for, and ended up needing them. Crazy. But dude had a nice little setup, like, he had his grills going. He had rice and beans. That's what I noticed. Like, I don't know if it's like just like a Caribbean or an island or like a Spanish culture type thing. But rice and beans is real normal to a lot of people. And everybody don't make them the same. Like, the best rice and beans I done had so far was in Puerto Rico. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, there's something about their combination was just good. But his was decent. They weren't bad, but they were good. But his jerk chicken, now that chicken was good. And, you know, it was nice. It felt good supporting somebody that's actually local doing their thing and it actually tasting good. You know what I mean? So we grabbed the food and then we hopped back on the moped and headed back over to where he picked me up at and dropped me right back off. When I tell you, it was so random, but it was needed. So my plan after eating was to go to to get ready. But after getting ready, I wanted to go to the skating rink because to me, when I was looking up everything back at home, everything did not seem as far from each other as it was. So like, something to me that's literally should be like 15 minutes up the street is a 30-minute commute. And there was this roller. There's a skating rink called Xanadu Roller Arts. That's how I was pronouncing it. That might not be how you pronounce it, but it was like maybe 30-minute. I'm gonna have to say commute over there, and I got dressed, made it all the way over there. It was about maybe I don't know, 9:30, 10, maybe 10 by the time I made it over there. it might have been about 10. And when I get there, the lady just like, oh, there's no more skating. They have a concert tonight. And she's like, there won't be any skating this whole weekend. And I kind of feel some type of way because I just made that journey all the way over there. For them to not have no skating was crazy to me. But what was cool, it kind of reminded me of, if you from Texas or you've been to Austin, you know how Austin got that little area where it's like a strip of bars. So it kind of reminded me of that. So in the area, there was like a lot of other places that I could have went to and still kind of got a feel for that area. But I had already had another place in mind that I was going to go to after skating called the Velvet Room. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just make my way over there because they close at 2 o'clock. So by the time I get there, if they kitchen's still open, I can grab me some food and I can, grab a drink and just enjoy myself over there. Like, that was the plan anyway. So sounds like we cutting out the skating and just going straight to Velvet Room. So that took me another, I can't remember if it took me 30 or 45 minutes to get over there. And that was my first time taking because I took the bus from the airport, but like in the actual city, like taking the bus. So I took a train, took a bus, and then had to walk over to the Velvet Room. And when I get there, dude is like talking about they at capacity. And I'm like, I know I just did not make this trip over here to not be able to get in here either. Like, he asking, he like, you got a reservation? And I'm just like, no. And I saw online that they had tables, but I don't know. I didn't expect it to be like restaurant style. Like, I expected it to be like a bar or a club. Like, basically my expectations was all wrong. And he needed a reservation because he was like, do you got a reservation? And I was just like, no, I don't. And then he, went inside, asked the people about the capacity, see if any more people could come in. And it just so happened to be some more room at the actual bar. So I was grateful for that because, what was the night going to be after that? Who knows? But it wasn't, bad. So I was able to go inside. I was, sitting around. I got me what drinks did they have? I don't know what drinks they had, but I ended up getting a Long Island. And it was good. It was decent. And I was like, well, since I'm drinking, I'm going to need me some food. So I ended up getting like their wings and some egg rolls. And the food, it was all right. Like, yeah, if it was like, real good, I would have remembered it as being like, yeah. But it was all right. It was little finger food, like not enough to be like heavy drinking, but a little finger food, So I'm sitting at the bar and enjoying my time there, and then there's people, enjoying themselves too, and like they look like they. Not saying they look like they beat her all the time, but they look like, this is a normal night out for them. And they real cool or whatever. And they like, what you doing after this? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to explore New York. Like, show me what New York about. And then we ended up going to a, I don't know. It's like, to me, it kind of felt like one of those after hour places. So the Velvet Room closes at 2. This spot's name is literally like 4 a.m. I think it was 4 a.m. Like just 4 a.m. called that. But so we go over there and it's kind of slightly the same setup, a little different. It's more so like booths there. And a bar, and it has some table areas. Like, it it was slightly different. And we get in there, everybody enjoying themselves. They music is a little different than what I expected. And I don't know, I just keep saying like Caribbean. Like I feel like it's more a Caribbean style out there than I expected. I didn't know what to expect, but where I was going, like a lot of it was like Caribbean. And so that's the music they was playing. And I ain't gonna say I wasn't feeling the music, but I wasn't feeling the music. Because, like, the music that they would play that I would, like, not saying that I didn't know. Well, shit, I didn't know their music. But the music that I would know they would play is, like, Mariah the Scientist. Like, nothing against her or Kalani. Like, nothing against them, but we out. Like, this outside. Like, these y'all outside songs, like... They outside songs is them Caribbean songs. And it wasn't even like them winding Caribbean songs. It was like them, like they like that artist type of Caribbean songs. I don't know how to explain it. I ain't recording none of their music, but I wasn't feeling their music. I wasn't. I really wasn't. But it was a good time. I ain't gonna hold you. I still was enjoying myself. And yeah, so we ended up leaving there like at 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't even know. It was late, like real late. And I had to get up the next morning because I had a candle making class to go to. And yeah, that was a struggle bus. I ain't even gonna hold you. A struggle bus. But it was a good time. Man, a time was had last night. I'm not young anymore. This morning is rough. But I'm just grateful my candle making class let me push back the time. And the way I'm moving, I'm praying I make that time. But I don't know. New York they are showing me love. And I'm grateful for it because the time has been had. But I'm finna continue to try to get this morning going so I can get to this class on time. And yeah, that's for now. So I had did my makeup the night before, and it looked so good. Like I'm not really good at girly things. Like I don't go full out on makeup, but like the little steps that I've learned that I do, it came out nice. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna try it again. I'm not gonna do too much, but I'm gonna try it again for today. But mind you, it started raining on Saturday, and I get out and I'm heading to the candle making class, and it's like little drizzles. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking I can just, walk out in the rain. It's light. I'll use my umbrella when it get a little heavier. I get to the candle making class, and the lady pointed out, she just like, you got really pretty eyes. And I mean, granted, I took the compliment as a compliment, but I ain't take it as her trying to be like a girl's girl on the low, trying to tell me like, go check your makeup and clean your makeup up because the rain made it run. But that's just me not being a makeup girly, trying to wear makeup at a time where it was raining. Anyway, so the candle making class was called Wick and Pour. It was a good little commute to get up over there too, but the setup was real cute. Like it was like the corner of another like busy area that had like food places. I don't know, like I would just say like a touristy spot. So I get there. We're waiting on everybody else that's supposed to be a part of the class to get there. And the lady's just setting up and getting everything together. And then the class starts. So they pretty much had like a scale, a small beaker, the wick for the candle, and then there was a wall of perfumes for us to choose through. And we were able to choose like what jar we wanted our candle to be placed in. So once we chose our jar, then we chose our smells. She wanted us to measure out an ounce of what we wanted our mixture of the smells to be. So you could either do like half and half or a portion of each of whichever one you wanted the smell to have the most of. And I ended up choosing cherry blossoms, and the other one was something velvet. But they ended up, they have like a, I don't know, it's still soft, but it's still kind of like a musk, but not too floral-y. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the way I did the mixture too. But it smells good to me. It's still kind of light, but it still smells good. And after that, she gave us the option to put like a little sprinkle in it. And we had to pour in our mixtures with the candle's wax, and mix it up for about 2 minutes to blend it all in. And then we poured it into the jar that we chose. After that, she like gave us the option to put little flowers in there to decorate it. And then she let us name our candles, and I ended up naming mine Blossom Me Velvet. It was a quick little class, but it was still real cute. It was cute. I enjoyed that. It was real cute. After the class, I wanted to go see the LV building. Like, I actually like architecture, so I didn't know what to expect, but I was just like, I don't know, I need to see this in person. And I'm like really happy I went to go over there, because like, I don't know who designed that, but the material they used for that building is just like mind blowing. Like, even the buckles on the side of the building is like, what materials? Like, how did you even know to use these materials to get this to look this good? Like, it looks so realistic, and it's huge. It's a building. Like, that was the highlight of my day. Like, because mind y'all, it was cold. It was cold, and it was raining, and it was wet, and I was having to commute to all of these places. So that wasn't just the ideal time to be out there trying to go look at no building. But that was worth it. That was worth it. While I was over there, I ended up having to use the bathroom. So I stopped by the Trump Tower. Don't ask me why. It was right there, and I didn't know if they was going to let me use the bathroom in there or not. And it was open to the public, so I was able to use the bathroom, and I was grateful. But you know what is like, it just put me in the mindset of how much of just a businessman Trump is. Like, when I went inside, like the setup, even that architectural design of the building was still like, this is him. Like, and it's not even just off of like the merchandise and all the stuff that was in there, but like the building setup was him. And then inside, once you get in there, you see like all the merchandise that has his name on everything. It's like, this man he's a businessman. This is hilarious. But what tripped me up was the bathroom. Like, you could tell that if it ain't about money, then it ain't about nothing else. Like, forget what you got going on. Is you here to spend? Like, his restaurant was, the restaurant setup was cute. I don't know if that was like a coffee bar or what, but that was cute. But then you get to the touristy shop to purchase like just tourist stuff, and it's like, Then you get to the bathroom, and it's like, man, come on. Like, you do not care about, why you don't care about a necessity? Like, people really, like, if I'm coming to your bathroom, I'm coming there because I need to use it, and it should be comfortable and have what I need. But man, Trump, care about your people. Like, the bathroom, man, I know that might not be important to you, but it's important, bro. That is important. That's important. Yeah, but that bathroom was tragic. It wasn't messy. I'm not saying that, but it wasn't. It's one of those, I'm putting this in here because I have to, not because I want to. Get in here, do what you got to do, and leave. This bathroom is costing me money, not you giving me anything out of the experience of you coming in here. So get out. Like, the bathroom was sad, man. It was really sad. But it made me really appreciate people that take into consideration, like, bathrooms. Like, I didn't know I had a thing for bathrooms until I experienced that bathroom there. I was grateful to still be able to use it, because some establishments don't let, tourists go into their establishments just to use the restroom. So I can't even be mad at it. But yeah. After that, I wanted to go down to experience Times Square, but it was cold. It was just too wet, too cold, too much going on. I was just like, let me head back to the room and get ready for tonight. But as I was heading back, I ended up stopping at a little, I don't know, I guess a food truck. And I got me a corn dog, a gyro, and just something to drink. And I don't know, I expected New York street food to be better. Like, I just expected New York food to be better. I know everybody complains about everybody else's food, but I expected more from y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I really did. But, cause like, how you mess up a corn dog? Like, there was nothing against the guy. Like, the guy was friendly. I actually liked the food truck itself, the setup, where it was at, how nice he was. But the corn dog wasn't good. The gyro wasn't good. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've had better gyros. Like, the gyros here are better than those. Like, it was a little disappointing. But yeah, so I ended up walking back to get back to the subway and past a little gift shop that ended up getting a couple souvenirs. And then, yeah, I headed back to the Airbnb so I could get ready to go to the comedy show. So it normally takes me long to get ready, but it was taking me like longer than long to get ready for this dang on comedy show. And I'm just like, man, if I take public transportation, I am not going to make it on time. I'm not. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and try my best to hurry up and get ready, and I'll take a Lyft there. And I was surprised at how much cheaper the Lyft. It wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than what I expected. It was about maybe $40 to get to the venue. And I was like, okay, I would rather pay that and make it on time than to miss the whole comedy show after paying for the comedy show. And I literally made it there right when he was starting. Like, I'm walking in the door asking, is it over? And the lady just like, no, not yet. And I'm just like, good, because, yeah, that was clearly me and the commutes was having a conflict with each other. But, yeah. So I get there. They don't really let you record. The guy said, like, don't record anything during the show. So I listened. Sometimes I don't, but this time I did. I listened. I didn't record anything. And then there was a 2 purchase minimum. So I ended up getting a burger and some fries, a key lime pie. Well, it wasn't even like really a pie. It was in a jar. And ended up getting a drink too. And again, back to the budget. I was definitely off the budget with this purchase, but I wasn't mad at it because I needed something on my stomach. So it was it was all right. It was a nice little meal. The burger was good. I can say that burger was good. The key lime pie though was limey. Like, I've never had key lime pie taste that much like lime, and I couldn't eat it. It wasn't. It was an expensive. But it was pretty though. The comedy show itself was what comedy shows are like. So it's like it's not like I didn't expect it to be what it was. It was a comedy show. But like, some of the jokes was just like, OMG, like, dude, like, clearly, with comedy, like, that's the point of it, being able to, like, not have a filter and roast people, and people being, like, making light of it and just rolling with it and laughing with it. But some of them jokes, I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, there was a dude there who was born without a hand, and, like, he asked him, do he like have phantom feeling in that part of his limb? And the dude was just like, no, because he never had it. Like, he said he was born like that, so there wouldn't be a phantom feeling. Because, like, he didn't lose it. He was born without it. Like, I don't know. That was funny. That was funny to me. It was a lot of little parts in there that I was just like, OMG. But yeah, it was a good show. I was surprised that he was doing like a meet and greet at the end. I'm walking out wondering why people standing in line the whole time. It's because he was like doing the whole meet and greet. And that's cool because, most people like charge for that. And you could, well, I don't know. I walked out because I didn't know. So I don't know if he was charging them or not. But yeah. It was cool. That was a cool little event. But then, because I had spent $40 to get there, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to catch the bus back, or I'm going to try to do this transportation back. Mind you, it's like 12 at night. A little later than 12, probably around this time. And I don't know. Like, New York, for me, it's kind of like Chicago. Like, I guess I just be minding my business and getting to where I'm going, where I don't have like issues where you would think most people would have issues at night. Like, I don't be having them issues because like I legit be minding my business and getting to where I'm going. But this, I don't know if it was because of that drink I had or what, but me getting back to the Airbnb was just rough. Like, the train ride wasn't bad, but I had to catch a bus. And it's like where I was supposed to catch the bus at, I think I must have had just missed it, and it was going to be like a 20-minute wait, and it rerouted me to another bus. But that bus was like a bus that run every 15 minutes. I get on that bus. It took me past where the GPS was saying that it should have turned. And I'm just like, okay, so where's the next bus stop to go on to get to where I'm going? And, you know, after a while, I just said, forget it, and hopped there, got me another Lyft, because a Lyft was way better than being out there at 1, 2 in the morning trying to figure out how to get back to the Airbnb on some dang on buses. I was overly through with that. But because I had made it like so close, that one wasn't as much. I spent like $11 or something like that to get back. So I was just like, okay, these people charge whatever they want to charge. Because like the venue again was only like 30 minutes away, 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes away. It wasn't that far. But the price difference with just being up the street a little bit was just like, y'all, something ain't right. Something ain't right. But yeah, I ended up catching me a Lyft back, and that was it for the night. I was in for the night because I had to be back out in the morning. And again, like I told y'all, it was already late. It was raining out there. It was one of them nights. Go in the house and get yourself together for tomorrow.
And you wanna be who you are when it really counts most.
So I actually like got up and was moving around at a good time. So I was able to watch a sermon like I normally do. I was able to get dressed in like a nice, timely manner, not feeling like I had to rush or anything. And then I was able to stop and get me some food. I went to a place called The Spot. I had walked past it the day before, and I was just like, I'm going to try them out. And it was, I don't know what all they sold, but I saw that they had breakfast, and I had really wanted breakfast at this time. So I had got me like a pancake platter. It was pancakes, eggs, and some bacon. And it was good. Like, it was another one of those, you could tell it's a local mom and pop spot. Like, it's literally called The Spot. But yeah, it was exactly what I needed. And then on top of that, they had chopped cheese sandwiches, and I knew I wanted to try it, but it was early and I was about to eat breakfast, so I was just like, let me go ahead and grab this and take it with me, and I'll eat it later. One of the best decisions I made. So I like absolutely love street art. Like, I love it. And there's an artist that like I truly enjoy his street art. Like, even just the comedy behind the way he does street art in itself was appealing to me every time like I've seen this artist. And so they had a museum. So I thought it was just like a pop-up museum, but when I got there, it was like, no, this is the Banksy Museum of New York. Like, this is his museum here. And the setup was really cool because it's like they took the street art aspect of it and tried to create it indoors. So like what you would see outside, they had like props inside with like the remake of what he did outside. And I don't know, I had a good time in there just taking pictures and looking at the art because I like the artist. It was it's not exactly what I thought it would be, but it was still a good experience. I spent like maybe, I don't know, I wasn't checking the time. My goal was to make it there on time. And I was happy that I made it there on time. After the museum, I was like, I'm going to go over and do a walk-in at Black Ink. I thought. So I get all the way over to where I'm thinking Black Ink at, and I don't see nothing. I don't see, like, I saw, like, somebody had wrote it, like, on a back fence or something. And I'm just like, how do you get there? Because it's showing up on GPS, but there's no sign saying that this is Black Ink, or, you know, just the setup of what do you think Black Ink would look like. It wasn't there. So I was just like, what the... So I run into a lady, and I'm just like, do you know where Black Ink is? And she's just like, yeah, it's right here. It used to be right here. And she looking confused too, like it was just gone. It wasn't there. So she looked up the number, and she just like, well, you can call them. So at first I wasn't even going to call them. I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. But I ended up calling, and they still take appointments. And so I don't know who I was talking to. And what's real funny about talking to him is like he made it a point to point out the artist that I ended up using's worth, if that makes sense. So I'm talking to him about what I wanted to get. And to me it's small. It's something slight. Like I wanted to get some writing that my brother had wrote on me, basically. So I'm just like, I'm gonna do this for my brother, because like he constantly on my mind, and I feel like, you know, I don't feel like he understands the love I have for him. But I have noticed that I kind of show my love language in a way of what I don't know how to say that. So the way that I show love is the way is more intentional or expressed in my love language. And I don't think that I always love people in their love language. So even though I'm expressing it in the way that I would show love, I don't think I always show it in a form that other people would want or accept it as. So in my mind, I'm just like, this is a way that I'm showing love to my brother for myself. That sounds kind of selfish, but it makes sense to me. And then why I chose black ink specifically, because my mom, she ended up getting a tattoo out there when she had went to New York before. And I was just like, it feel good. Like, I want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and get it done. And as I'm talking to the dude and telling him what I want, and he's telling me, like, the pricings of it and everything. And I wasn't trying to, like, scheme them or nothing like that. It's just he called out that price. So to me, it was just like, can we do that price? Like, that's the price you said. So let's not change these numbers. Let's go ahead and pay with what I initially saw. But then it was just like, he was like, I don't know if you know the show or anything like that, but like, she's on the show. Like, this is an artist. Like, she's on TV and she has a minimum. Like, I don't know, like, I don't feel like he was intentionally hyping her up based off of, like, the celebrityness of it. It was more so like, this is her worth. Don't try to downsize her worth based off of what you think tattoos should cost. Like, that might not have even been how it was supposed to be interpreted, but like, that's what I got from it. It was more so like, this is somebody, treat them like somebody. And I ain't gonna hold you, I like that. Like, even if she wasn't somebody that was on TV, him alone just hyping her would make me want to pay what the price was, because, like, okay, if she that good, come on then. Like, I don't know. It might have been him, but they got me. And it's bad because, like, I don't watch. I've watched the episodes maybe a few times, but I don't really watch the episodes. I don't know them like that. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't really know them like that. But it was really more so because, my mom legit got a tattoo by oh shit. And I was just like, it's pretty dope that I'm finna be out here and they have a tattoo shop out there. And I was assuming it would have been the same one she went to, but it wasn't. And plus, on top of that, like, I just really wanted to do something for my brother because, like, again, I don't feel like he understands, like, the full extent of how much I care about him. And so, yeah, I ended up going there, and she was cool. It was quick. It was, like, a little... I ain't even gonna say it was a little 1-2 because, like, she literally had to, like, change up the placement of where the tattoo was going to lay a few times. And she was, like, real patient with me, and I appreciate that because, some people get irritated with having to redo stuff, but she was cool. She just, changed the sizes, put it in all the little places that I wanted to see what they look like. And then, like, even let me choose the colors without, like, tripping on changing prices or anything like that. Like, it was what it was supposed to be. And plus, like, afterwards, I didn't feel, like, convicted. You know how we get that standard or that box that people try to place people in? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling nobody that feel conviction with tattoos to go get no tattoos. But I'm just saying afterwards, I didn't feel convicted. And that to me was, again, another me and God type moment because there's a lot of things that religion be having me feel some type of way about when it's like, if God don't condemn you of those things or don't make you feel convicted of those things, that's a personal thing between you and God. So it's like your intention behind it is not for the dead. Like, your brother's not dead. Like, don't don't make it something that it's not. So don't feel convicted about something that God isn't calling you to feel convicted about. But what was crazy to me is I didn't bleed. Like, I have other tattoos as well. And when I got those tattoos, like, you can literally see the blood coming out while being tattooed. And this time I didn't. And I'm just asking her, I'm like, why didn't I bleed? And she just like, everybody don't bleed. She said you're not supposed to. But, everybody don't bleed. She's just saying, like, it depend on if your blood was like thin or thick that day, if you have been drinking or not. Like, it depends. And to me, it wasn't normal, because normally I bleed. And if I didn't get that cut on my leg the day before, I would have been questioned in life. But, I saw that I was just, literally bleeding a couple of days before. So it was just like, okay, it ain't that deep. But nah, yeah, it was a cool little Sunday. Then I ended up coming back to the Airbnb and taking a nap because I was tired. Like, I felt like I was on go mode since I stepped off the plane. Like, not even just stepped off the plane. Like, getting to the airport, like I said, was a journey in itself. So just all of that up to that point, like, it was time to sit down somewhere, lay down, and get myself together. So I took me a nice little nap, and when I woke up, I ended up eating my chopped cheese and packing my bags and getting myself ready to go for the next morning. Bro, this chopped cheese is so good. I got it from this place called The Spot. Like, their breakfast was good, so I just knew they chopped cheese was going to be good too, but I ain't expect it to be that good. I done had it in my bag, like, all day, waiting to eat it. Like, when I had time to sit down and enjoy it, I ain't even mad I waited that long. I'm mad that I can't go get another one. Like, that mug is really that good. They, like, you could tell they a small family-owned business, but yeah, The Spot. Even just for breakfast or a chopped cheese, go get you one. That mug was good.
Hell no! Hell no! Hell no!